gonna sit right here. Where do you want to sit? Where you trying to go? Where you go? You come right here? There's a girl. Alright, let's make a video, huh? Hey there, Net Best Buddies, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray. I got a new mic. And today we're going to be talking about a movie that I was really hoping would be good, but it's not. And that's... let me make sure I got the title of the movie right. So the title of the movie is Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Because we haven't learned from naming anime adaptations evolution, have we? I love Pokemon. I remember seeing the original movie in theaters. And this movie is the epitome of I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Except that I'm still mad. This is literally like 2020's The Lion King. It's the original, almost shot for shot, in a new art style, but for no reason. Like, nothing's really added, it's just like, look what we can do. I would have much rather preferred if they took this art style and made like an original Pokemon movie using it, instead of just like copy and pasting, terribly I might add, the 1999 movie? Was it 99? 98? I don't know, I'm not going to look it up. But before we get into everything, definitely go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I do put out. And my question in this video is, have you seen this version of the movie, and which do you prefer, the original or this turd? Ash and friends journey to an island for a Pokemon trainer gathering, only to learn the mysterious host is actually the world's most powerful Pokemon, Mewtwo. They had such a great opportunity here, where they could have, you know, taken the original in a new art style, but also added all the extra stuff that got cut from the theatrical release. I think it got added to like a Japan-only viewing, where there's like baby cloned Mewtwo, and there's the cloned versions of the starters that he has in the tournament, or not tournament, in the big battle, like Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. He has cloned versions of those with the markings. There's a cloned little girl, and I was really hoping that would be in here, but it's not. This movie is so bad. Let's start with what I really liked, and that was the visuals, because the art style's really good. I love the way they interpreted not only the Pokemon, but some of the characters to this new 3D style. Ash looks a little weird to me. Does anyone else think he looks like he just got stung by a lot of bees? But I loved seeing the Pokemon in this art style, and I thought a lot of them were really good looking. Really good. Also, bonus points, because this movie has 3D Charmander and 3D Vulpix. I love those Pokemon so much. Where are you at? You chilling? The visual effects they have going on in the movie, really good as well. Hey, where you going? Don't you leave me. Nah. Like the battle animations, they look really good. Just environmental, like explosions, the environments themselves, it all looks really good. But it's all just so empty. Like I said, or maybe I didn't say, I don't know what I edited out at this point, but the 3D humans, they look really good. I like them. The problem is, it's a lot harder to get away with bad lip syncing in this sort of 3D environment compared to the 2D. And it's very noticeable in here that the audio doesn't exactly match up with the voice, like the lips. It doesn't match up. A lot of the dialogue was changed for this movie, and it feels very dumbed down for children, I guess. Like when they're calling their Pokemon to battle Mewtwo, the one trainer is like, I'm gonna call Root Root the Venusaur. When you could just say, I'm gonna call Root Root, and then the Venusaur comes into play. Like, do they think their fans are that dumb? Give us a little more respect. And don't come at me saying like, oh, it's a kid's film. Is it though? Because the original, yes, I understand that's a kid's film. And it's just really enjoyable, and I really like it. I watched it, recently. But the market for this one, I don't think is children. I think it's like people my age that have the nostalgia, and they're like, oh, it's Pokemon in a new art style, and it's 3D, and it looks really good. That's who I'm pretty sure this movie's made for. But it's just not anywhere near as good. There are certain scenes that I was looking forward to seeing, and they're just completely non-existent in this movie. Like, there's a really cute scene with Mew where he's floating around on the windmill. He does it maybe once, and that's it. It's not in here, really. There's a lot of stuff that you remember nostalgically from the original that's just not in here. And it doesn't make any sense to me why you would even do a 3D remake without catering to that nostalgia. Another thing that they changed, for some reason, I don't understand, were people offended by this? Jesse and James and Meowth, they're not Vikings anymore. They run a little Lapras paddle boat, and they sing a ridiculously dumb song. And I don't understand it. Like, why are you making those changes? Like, I thought the Viking thing was really cool originally. And again, I don't think people were offended. Because there's no more Vikings, like, around anymore. That's not a thing. Or maybe it is, and I'm just ignorant. The musical choices in this movie are absolutely horrendous. You have the intro song, which was pretty cool. I like that. Like the remix of I Want to Be the Very Best. That's pretty cool. I think it's different than the original, but it's not bad. I liked it. Every bit of orchestral music, so bland, so forgettable, does not elicit any sort of emotional response at all. The brother song that everyone loves when all the Pokemon are fighting and, you know, they're attacking their brothers. Not in this movie. At all. And it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I guess it's licensing, so I guess it makes sense. Okay. Amanda made me nuggets and mac and cheese.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Oh, so good. I'm gonna put it right here. This movie fails in almost every category except for the visuals. And the voice acting. The voice acting's fine. All the performers, I guess, give a good job. But it just fails in every aspect. Like, there's no emotional weight to this movie at all. And that's because of that bland music that I mentioned earlier. And if I don't feel anything when Pikachu's trying to resurrect Ash, when as a child and probably as an adult a few weeks ago, maybe I bawled or cried or teared up, that you know you done screwed up. There's just the way that the shots are angled in this animated version that just don't even come close to the original. It's ridiculous. Like, how they thought this was going to be any sort of good. But like I said, at least there's Charmanders and Vulpixes in this movie. Another really funny thing was that during the cloning process, I see that there's a Seadra coming down, and I'm like, how is that Seadra going to walk on land? I'm very curious. Is he going to do a little hop on his little tail? And then they show him, like, in the distance, and that's what he's doing, and I laughed. But Amanda's over there, and she could probably attest to this. The whole time I was watching the movie, I was just groaning in disappointment. And, I mean, that basically sums up this movie. I'm just super disappointed in it. I don't know why they made it. It doesn't serve a purpose. I'm pretty sure the original movie is already on Netflix, so I don't understand why they just didn't take this art style and make an original movie instead of just making a worse version of the original. Again, looking at you, Lion King. In the end, watch the original version. It's far superior to this. The movie fails on almost every level, and I'm not going to rewatch this movie again unless I'm really drunk and with friends and we make some sort of drinking game out of it. But there's no reason for this movie to exist. It's just pretty disappointing. Pokemon and the title of the movie that I just don't care to remember gets a 4 out of 10. Just why make it? Why? This doesn't make any sense. Like, why'd you do this, Netflix? You have such a stellar track record with anime adaptations. That was sarcasm. So that's my review for this movie. Was I a little harsh? Yeah, probably, but it's literally been gnawing at me for the past 2 days that I see people praising this movie so highly when it's just a big steaming turd. As always, thanks for watching the video, guys. It means a great deal to continue watching the videos that I do put out. Give the video a like, share the movie with a loving friend. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this movie. If you prefer the original, if you prefer this one. To each their own. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm going to have another bite of my nugget. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.